Hey everybody, it's Ryan here. Hope everybody's having a good night. We're almost to the weekend. We are to the weekend here. Just want to put in my video diary for the day. Coming to you from the closet of contemplation, as I like to call this here. It is a quiet space for me to think and talk about things. And I want to talk a little bit about leadership today. Xenophon. If you don't know the name, you should. Xenophon was this Athenian leader. He was a commander that led a group of 10,000 mercenaries into Persia to help the son of the former Persian king take over his brother's throne. And basically, he hired them. He said, "We're going to march into Persia. It won't be that big of a deal. We'll go in. I'll give you riches and spoils." And it turned out to be a much bigger thing. So he goes into battle. The younger brother that's trying to take the throne gets killed. And now they have the full force of the Persian army chasing down these 10,000 Athenians and some Persians that to agree to fight on Cyrus's side. So, anyways, the biggest retreat probably in the history of war. 10,000 soldiers going 1,500 miles back to their homeland and being pursued by the Persians and other tribes that were there, Kurdish tribes that were in the area. But one of the stories that I like the most about leadership for Xenophon was, and this is a student of Socrates, so keep this in mind. This is kind of how this all ties back to Stoicism, because Zeno was reading a book from Xenophon, memorabilia about Socrates, which ultimately led to him founding Stoicism. But again, Xenophon, in this being pursued by the Persians, they get to a pass that is blocked off by the Persians and they cannot get through. So there is a tall mountain peak. So Xenophon tells the soldiers, if we race to that peak, we can rain down upon them and clear that path and get through. And then the Persians find out that they're about to do that. So now the Persians are racing up the side of the mountain to try to be there first. But before getting there, Xenophon tells his soldiers this really rousing speech about, remember, you're doing this for Greece. You're doing this for your wives and your daughters. You're doing this for the people you love. And one of the soldiers makes a comment, that's easy for you to say when you're up on the horse, but when you're down here with a shield and a spear, it's different. So what does Xenophon do? Gets out the horse, grabs the soldier's shield and spear, and forces him up on the horse and leads his troops from the ground. It was such an amazing move of leadership that they all rallied behind them, raced up, and were able to overcome and move on. And he has a quote here I want to read from this. It says, leaders must always set the highest standard. In a summer campaign, leaders must always endure their share of the sun and the heat, and in winter, the cold and the frost. In all labors, leaders must prove tireless if they want to enjoy the trust of their followers. So when it comes down to leadership, what kind of person are you? Well, I'm not in a leadership position. I'm just maybe you're the head of the family. Maybe you're the head of yourself. Leadership comes in all different forms. Maybe you are in charge of a company, an organization. Are you leading yourself? I always like to say there's two kinds of leaders, the one who leads from the throne and the one who leads from the horse. And the one that leads from the throne might enjoy the victory, but the one who leads from the horse enjoys the support and the following of the people that he leads. And to me, that's more important because they'll follow you through anything. So what kind of leader are you? Are you like Xenophon, who in this retreat, took these 10,000 men and marched them 1,500 miles back to safety through all of this and leading by his own example? Or are you a pointer? Are you a delegator? Do this, go here, do this. And you sit back and watch. I would argue if you do not lead from the horse, or in Xenophon's case, from the ground with a shield and a spear, then you will not win the respect of those who follow you. You have to be in it. And I go around a lot of times and do things that are probably not in my job description anymore. Or I do things that maybe I shouldn't have to do because somebody else can do them. But if I'm not in it, I'm not experiencing it, I'm not being part of it for the people that I'm being a leader to, then I am no better than a person who sits on the throne and just delegates, just points. And that's not a pay grade issue, as it's often said. It's a respect issue for the people you serve by being a leader to them. So just some thoughts I have. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll be doing one of these soon again. Thank you very much. Have a great night.